breaking news. Today on September 11th, there has been a very devastating moment in history. As you can see, the World Trade Center was bombed. As a result of this, 2,996 people died in total. 296 died on the plane, there were 19 hijackers, and there was 2,977 victims. We have recently gotten reports that the United States blames Osama bin Laden and Al-Qaeda for this. And the big question is, how will the United States respond to this? And now we will interview a civilian to see how this has impacted him and how it will impact him in the future. And here we have a civilian named Alejandro. Can you please tell us how this event has impacted you?
Oh, well, I was at the grocery store, and as I was walking, like I was getting my stuff, and I just saw like a plane like really close by, and then I heard the crash, and I caught my wife, which she was in the house in the apartment, and she was telling me that she heard a big old boom. I heard it at the bottom too. But
thank you, Alejandro, for your time, and I hope you will recover soon. Thank you.
No problem.
It's been a while since the streets of New York saw something like this. Tragedy that shook the world. These people say they want answers. Where did we end up? We ended up in Iraq. We ended up in Afghanistan. Millions of people died.
I'll be your stewardess team leader today. Also known as first on, last on. Was there. But the Navy SEALs launched the surgical strike and a firefight ensued. 40 minutes of an intense operation and firefight where U.S. forces killed public enemy number one, Osama bin Laden, one of his adult sons, 2 couriers, and a woman used as a shield by one of the male members of Al-Qaeda. With one U.S. helicopter lost due to mechanical failure, the SEALs carried bin Laden's dead body onto the remaining helicopter and left the compound back to Afghanistan.
We are here once again, and we have received news that bin Laden is now dead. And what will the United States do now? Let's go ask somebody to see what suggestions they have for this proponent. So we just heard recent news from the United States that bin Laden is now dead. How do you think this will impact the world?
Wow, it's going to be something drastic, since bin Laden dead and Al-Qaeda and all that, all the terrorists. It's probably going to ease the tension between the countries. Yeah.
And what suggestions do you think the United States should do in regards to the war in Afghanistan?
Well, now that he's dead, and that's mainly because the main purpose we went to Afghanistan was to capture bin Laden, the 9/11 attack. I think we should withdraw the troops from there. Some Afghanistan, like how we did with Vietnam, Afghanistan, but now it's Afghanistan. And that would be a good thing to do, just to let them solve their own problem. Just back out, let us back out as a nation, since we already did what our purpose was to do in there. So we pretty much did that already.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Later, we will interview 2 civilians to see what they have to say about the United States' involvement in the war in Afghanistan and to see what solutions they will offer. Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed this interview. Good afternoon, America. Today, we will be interviewing another civilian to see what they think about this global issue and how we should resolve this. Good morning, Mia. What is your viewpoint about the war in Afghanistan and what solutions do the United States take?
I think this is the longest war in America already, and we should do something to end it and make the people in Afghanistan have a happy life. We should stay there for a few more years and rebuild the government in Afghanistan, give them education for the women and the kids so they could be success.
Okay, thank you very much. So you're basically saying that the United States should still be involved in this war. Why so?
Yeah, because we should stay longer, because if we live right now, it's going to be calling the Afghanistan government. And if we stay a little bit longer, we should fill that hole, make the government more stable. We could have children go to school, get education, and Afghanistan would be a growing country later.
Thank you, Mia. Yeah, again, I want to interview another civilian to try to get a closer look at what civilians think should be a viable solution to this problem that America is facing in Afghanistan. Again, we will interview yet another civilian. Hello, Mr. Kassim. So the United States has been caught in this war for 10 years after today. How do you think this war will affect the world in the future and the nation as a whole?
Well, Joanna, it's not just affecting the United States, it's also affecting the whole world's economy. It takes a lot of courage to change the industry to supply troops with weapons and ammunition. It takes away from creating something that'll help the economy. It's fighting this war, which is costly, not just in money, but also in casualties on the United States side and also on the European ally side, all because of the United States mistakes in supplying the Mujahideen way back when the Russians tried to come to Afghan for oil. So now we've proposed this war, well, this unofficial war, as they say, to correct our mistakes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kassim, for that. You have all the different viewpoints that many people have to offer towards this war. Some people believe in Afghanistan. Some believe in stabilizing the Afghanistan's economy. But the big idea is, how will this affect the United States in the long run and the world? That is still to be seen. It's a pleasure to investigate all that has happened during the war in Afghanistan. The cause was 9/11. And look where the United States is now at. Well, thank you very much. Tune in next time